Why did the relationship fracture?
Oh, why it fractured, that's a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think by the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
There's so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce.
It's no secret. It was no secret. It was obvious. It was obvious they wasn't together for a while. But, you know, these couples, these celebrity couples, they try to keep up appearances, even try to put certain people together to keep up appearances. But it was obvious because the way she told him about the entanglement in front of that red table talk shit, that's not how a man's supposed to react when he found out his wife was cheating on him. I'm not saying he's supposed to wild out and go crazy, but you supposed to react a little bit more angrier than that. He seemed like she been violating me for years, and now she's violating me in public in front of the world for views and likes. One, he reacted like he was embarrassed. Two, he acted like he already knew. And this whole time, they were separated. They were separated. When that entanglement thing came out in June 2020, this was summertime in the beginning still of the pandemic. We didn't know how long the pandemic was going to last for, but that was the first summer that most people was going to be locked in the house, depending on what state you was in, right? So when that shit came out, we were surprised, but we wasn't surprised because she been violating him over the years, even with the Tupac shit. Like, she be saying a lot of stuff about Tupac. And it's like, if you marry, you got to respect your marriage. And you could tell that she hasn't respected her marriage in a long time. And she strikes me as the most dominant person in the marriage. It don't seem like he really has no say-so. Just like I said, with the red table talk, how he responded, he already knew. He already knew. We just ain't know.
So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
But in public, the couple, who married in 1997, denied the gossip about their marriage. Over the next several years, Jada and Will kept up the appearance of a committed married couple.
So why do that? Like, what was the reason?
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us
Yeah.
how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
Take a look at this, y'all. I found this funny. I mean, that's what comedians do, say Jada. I would just have to say that I'm not really here to make any judgment on how people decide to express themselves and express their art. I said that several times. I had my feelings hurt, for sure. I had my feelings hurt a lot by Chris, but at the end of the day, being in the spotlight, it comes with the territory. Jada also revealed in her book that Chris once asked her out on a date. He called me and basically he was like, "I'd love to take you out." And I was like, "What do you mean?" Jada Pinkett Smith tells people, okay, basically to give him more dialogue. At that time, Chris Rock thought they was already divorced. So that's why she said, what do you mean? And then she followed up like, "No, we're still married." And he left it alone after that, right? Obviously, she let Will Smith know, of course, and Will Smith kept that in mind. And then over the years, Chris Rock been saying things about their family in a jokey way. He's a comedian, in a jokey way. But that particular night with the smack, Will Smith was there. And you could see that Jada, she said it recently that she thought it was a skit. Like, I don't even know why she waited this long to say that shit. But she said she thought it was a skit. It was not a skit. You could tell in the crowd when he said, "Stop talking shit about my wife," that he was angry. You could tell he was angry. And that stemmed from the holler and any other violation Chris did back then. But it was mainly that. So when he seen him and he said something else, oh, that was his opportunity to get a smack on. But that's funny though, because to fast forward at that point of the smack, they wasn't even together anymore. So that shit was back personal shit that was built up already. And you can hear most people talk about it. Yo, that was a build-up smack. That was a build-up smack. I still think Chris Rock should have did something, but hey, it is what it is. You can't tell somebody how to react to something. But yeah, this is real messy for Jada, but she always been messy. I want to know what y'all think about it, because I feel like as a man, a woman should never put her man in that situation, and vice versa. You should never put your woman in that type of situation. At the end of the day, if you can't respect your wife in public, I could just imagine how much you disrespected her in private. Like, that's not the time or the place to do that. Like, no matter what problems we having, we keep it in-house, but at the same time, when we out in public, we got to represent each other. You know, both sides, vice versa. So, you know, her writing this book and saying all this crazy stuff is just like, it's a headache. It's a headache. She just keep embarrassing this nigga. And, you know, it's Will's fault too, because you allowing it, bro. You allowing it, and it is what it is. And she just trying to bring some publicity to her book, and she definitely is. Definitely is. This was the moment she was waiting for. That's why she never said nothing over the years, and everybody thought it was weird. Why she ain't defending this nigga? Why she ain't defending her husband? They not even together. But even if they not together, and y'all got kids together, and y'all living in this, well, she said they wasn't really living in the same house. Just like he's defending you, you're supposed to be defending him as well. Because he was looking crazy. Damn near lost his career damn near over this incident. And now you want to say something years later? Pitiful, man. Pitiful. 7 years separated with no divorce is kind of weird. But on Will's side, I see why he's trying to do that. Even though he has no power in the situation, she runs the show. She is the nigga in the situation. He is not the nigga, unfortunately. But from my understanding, they live in Cali. And I think they got married to Cali. And if that's true, then he has to pay alimony for the rest of his life. Because in Cali, if you've been married for 10 years and up, you got to pay alimony for the rest of your life. I don't know if you remember when Janet Jackson was married, she waited till she got the baby, and I think she was at year 9, and then she got a divorce. Because at the time, she's the breadwinner. So she would have had to pay alimony for the rest of her life. Yeah, Cali's crazy with the laws. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Peace out.
During our walk in Baltimore, Jada reflected on their breakup.
Why did the relationship fracture?
Oh, well, why it fractured, that's a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think by the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
Jada says she considered a legal divorce, but could never go through with it.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.